Amendment. A change made to an original document. Alteration. Change. Correction. The 19th Amendment granted women the right to vote in 1920. The 16th Amendment allows Congress to collect income taxes. The Charter Amendment was controversial and sparked debate. The proposed amendment would guarantee the right to privacy. Consensus. General agreement among a group of people. Agreement. Like-mindedness. Accord. The group reached a consensus on the best course of action. The committee reached a consensus on the fundraising event. The tribal justice system was based on community consensus. When everyone has the same opinion, it's called a consensus. Exposure. The state of being vulnerable or exposed. Susceptibility. Vulnerability. Contact. Arsenic exposure can cause damage to the nervous system. Constant exposure to noise can degrade your hearing. The constant exposure to the sun will wear out your skin. The doctor recommended exposure to sunlight for vitamin D. Ubiquity. Existing or being everywhere at the same time. Prevalence. All presence. Worldwide. The ubiquity of e-books has made reading more convenient. The ubiquity of plastic waste is a global environmental issue. The ubiquity of cars has made transportation more convenient. The sun's ubiquity means it can be seen from anywhere on Earth. Paradigm. A typical example or pattern of something. Prototype. Standard. Template. The war was a paradigm of the destructive side of human nature. She seemed to be society's paradigm of the ideal woman. The paradigm shift in psychology has led to new treatment methods. The company's goal is to create a new paradigm in the tech industry. Contradiction. Ideas that are opposed to one another. Reverse. Contrary. Incongruity. The two reports seem to be in contradiction with each other. The witness's statement is in contradiction with the police report. The defendant's story was in direct contradiction to the evidence. The survey results were in contradiction with the popular opinion. Millennium. A period of 1,000 years. Generation. Epoch. Chronology. It took a millennium for the Great Wall of China to be completed. The year 2000 was notable as the opening of the third millennium. It's crucial to keep up to the millennium with emerging trends. The whole world was counting down to the new millennium. Accusation. A claim that someone is guilty of a crime. Condemnation. Charge. Imputation. She vehemently rejected the accusation of spreading rumors. The plagiarism accusation devastated his academic reputation. The legitimacy of the accusation was denied by the defendant. The politician rejected the accusation that he accepted bribes. Dissemination. Spreading something, especially information, widely. broadcasting, distribution, publication. The dissemination of information can help bridge cultural gaps. The Internet has revolutionized the dissemination of information. Effective dissemination of information can enhance public safety. This network was created for the dissemination of facts, not opinions. Bias. Prejudice for or against one person or group. Favoritism. Unfairness. Leaning. Bias can be seen in advertisements and marketing strategies. The psychologist gave an example of a common cognitive bias. The news article showed a clear bias towards one political party. The survey questions were designed to avoid any potential bias. Manipulation. Controlling something or someone in a clever way. Regulation. Operation. Exploitation. Manipulation of public opinion is not acceptable in a free society. The media should play a role in exposing market manipulation. Taking someone's words out of context is a form of manipulation. Making someone act insane can be a form of emotional manipulation. Surveillance. The careful watching of a person or place. Spying. Reconnaissance. Observation. A network of drones can be used for surveillance and delivery. The government increased armed surveillance in high-risk areas. The new security system is integrated with surveillance cameras. The government was accused of excessive surveillance of citizens. Privilege. Special benefits available only to some people. Advantage. Benefit. Prerogative. The colonial system created a hierarchy of power and privilege. Education is a privilege that should never be taken for granted. The liberty to vote is a privilege that many fought and died for. It's important to reflect on our privilege and use it to help others. Successor. A person who follows next in order. Inheritor. Beneficiary. Descendant. The Russian Federation is the successor state of the Soviet Union. John hopes to be a successor of his father's successful business. The chef wants to be a successor of the famous culinary masters. The young artist aspires to be a successor of the celebrated painter. Dilemma. Situation when we must make difficult decisions. Predicament. Conundrum. Confusion. The philosopher suggested a solution to the ethical dilemma. When facing a dilemma, it's necessary to talk to someone honestly. Your dilemma is understandable, but we need to find a way forward. The final solution to the dilemma was a tough decision to make. Collaboration. Working together for a common purpose. Partnership. Association. Affiliation. Collaboration can help individuals develop a growth mindset. The corporate culture encourages teamwork and collaboration. The project required considerable teamwork and collaboration. New ideas often arise through collaboration and brainstorming. Panacea. Something that will solve all problems or illnesses. Remedy. Magic formula. Perfect solution. The government promised to find a panacea to cure the pandemic. Some people believe that money is a panacea for all their woes. The internet was not a panacea for all our communication problems. The healing power of nature is seen as a panacea for many ailments. Diplomacy. Ability to manage international relations. Discretion. Tactfulness. Foreign policy. The royal family was deeply involved in politics and diplomacy. Anti-war activists worked to promote diplomacy and negotiation. The king without an army relied on diplomacy to maintain peace. English is the language of international business and diplomacy. Analogy. Comparison between things that have similar features. Likeness. Comparability. Metaphor. An analogy is like a bridge that connects two different concepts. An analogy is a way to make abstract concepts more concrete. Understanding an analogy is like putting together a jigsaw puzzle. An analogy is a way to make complex ideas easier to understand. Elimination. Complete removal or destruction of something. Termination. Abolition. Removal. To solve this problem, we need to get the method of elimination. A linear system can be solved using substitution or elimination. The free trader argues for the elimination of tariffs and quotas. We eventually found the answer through a process of elimination. Essence. The most significant element of something. Synopsis. Abstract. Summarization. The true essence of beauty lies beyond physical appearances. The writer was able to capture the essence of the character. The war has affected the essence of the country's economy. The essence of the research can be interpreted beyond its data. Diversity. The state of being different, or varied. Variety. Manifoldness. Multiplicity. There is a need for greater diversity and choice in education. There is no fundamental diversity between the two ideologies. Legislation already exists to promote diversity in the workplace. We love the rich cultural diversity of cities like New York and London. Hierarchy. Organizing people into different ranks. Ranking. Ordering. Class system. The legal hierarchy is based on expertise and experience. The company has a clear hierarchy of management positions. The animal hierarchy is based on dominance and aggression. The bureaucratic hierarchy can be confusing to understand. Longevity. Describe the length of one's lifetime. Durability. Long life. Continuation. The turtle is an auspicious symbol of longevity and wisdom. The link between exercise and longevity is well documented. Chromosomes can be used to study the genetics of longevity. A healthy diet can improve your overall longevity and lifespan. Jeopardy. An unavoidable danger, or risk. Hazard. Imperilment. Danger. Skipping class frequently can put your grades in jeopardy. A series of setbacks have put the whole project in jeopardy. Cheating on an exam can put your academic career in jeopardy. Failing to meet deadlines can put your reputation in jeopardy. Monopoly. Exclusive possession or control of something. Domination. Suppression. Authority. The state monopoly on pharmaceuticals controls drug prices. The two companies merged to create a monopoly in the market. The state monopoly on tobacco sales aims to reduce consumption. The state monopoly on firearm sales aims to reduce gun violence. Inclination. A person's natural tendency, or urge. Propensity. Proneness. Partiality. The natural inclination of the child was to explore and learn. A coward's natural inclination is to walk away from a fight. He is a teacher by occupation but a philosopher by inclination. You must follow your inclinations when choosing a career. Endorsement. The action of supporting someone or something. Approval. Sanction. Authorization. Many celebrities have endorsement deals with various brands. Self-endorsement can help you gain confidence in your abilities. As he expected, his endorsement got wide press coverage. The athlete received compensation for the endorsement deal. Propaganda. Information that is biased or misleading. Misinformation. Hype. Promotion. Fascism is often associated with propaganda and censorship. The regime's propaganda was designed to brainwash the people. The use of propaganda can undermine democracy and free speech. Dictatorships often rely on propaganda to maintain their power. Conservation. Prevention of wasteful use of a resource. Preservation. Protection. Guarding. We must uphold the importance of environmental conservation. The zoological garden is known for its conservation efforts. The government has implemented laws to promote conservation. The survival of the species depends on conservation efforts. Longing. A strong desire for something, or someone. Desire. Yearning. Hankering. She has a longing for intellectual and academic achievement. Entrepreneurs have a longing for innovation and success. The romantic movie scene aroused feelings of love and longing. Scientists have a longing for discoveries and breakthroughs. Specimen. Something shown or examined as an example. Sample. Illustration. Fragment. The chemist analyzed a specimen of gas for its properties. The science department imported a rare specimen for research. The museum had a rare specimen of a dinosaur bone on display. The botany lab needs a specimen of a plant for identification. Mechanism. The technical aspects of doing something. Procedure. Technique. System. The body has a natural mechanism to regulate temperature. The mechanism of the clock was intricate and fascinating. The elevator has a mechanism that makes it go up and down. Apathy can be a defense mechanism against emotional pain. Harmony. A pleasing combination of different parts. Coordination. Balance. Accordance. There is little harmony in international affairs nowadays. Hey, try to maintain harmony between the two countries. The harmony of the sea and sky makes a beautiful picture. The adherent of peace promotes harmony and understanding. Negotiation. Discussion aimed at reaching an agreement. Compromise. Settlement. Discussion. Consensus was not achieved during the negotiation process. Justice can be achieved through compromise and negotiation. The two neighbors had a negotiation about the property line. The probable outcome of the negotiation is a compromise. Obligation. A moral or legal duty to do something. Accountability. Onus. Responsibility. We have an obligation to be honest when we make mistakes. A contractual obligation can be enforced through legal action. It is our obligation to be honest with ourselves and others. They are under an obligation to provide accurate information. Bleak. Lacking reasons to feel happy or hopeful. Gloomy. Miserable. Depressing. The war-torn country had a bleak and desolate landscape. The news of the failed mission was bleak and disappointing. The bleak atmosphere of the funeral made everyone feel sad. The future of the planet looked bleak due to climate change. Coincidence. Events occur at the same time by chance. Chance. Good luck. Happy incident. The fact that we both love the same band is just a coincidence. By coincidence, we both had the same opinion about the movie. It's a coincidence that we both have the same favorite hobby. It is hardly a coincidence that they both have the same birthday. Surplus. Situation where worker is no longer needed. Oversupply. Needlessness. Redundancy. The restaurant had a surplus of food at the end of the night. The city had a surplus of parking spaces in the downtown area. The gym had a surplus of exercise equipment for members to use. The school had a surplus of books that they gave to the library. Constraint. A thing that limits something, or someone. Restriction. Impediment. Hindrance. Despite the time constraint, they managed to finish the project. The constraint of resources prevented us from achieving our goals. The constraint of budget limited the menu choices at the restaurant. Her fear of heights was a serious constraint on her vacation plans. Solitude. The state or situation of being alone. Isolation. Aloneness. Desolation. Learn to be content in solitude and enjoy your own company. The forest is a place where we can find peace and solitude. I often crave solitude to recharge my energy and find balance. The desolate island was a paradise for those seeking solitude. Deception. A trick or scheme used to get what you want. Fraud. Cheating. Deceitfulness. Her deception caused irreparable damage to her relationship. The detective used deception to lure the suspect into a trap. The legend of the Trojan horse is a story of deception and trickery. The truth will eventually emerge above all the lies and deception. Triumph. A great success, achievement, or victory. Conquest. Attainment. Fulfillment. His triumph on the exam was a result of his consistent studying. The recovery of the stolen artwork was a triumph for the police. Winning the art competition was a triumph for the creative student. Completing the difficult project on time was a triumph for the team. Endurance. The ability to withstand hardship or adversity. Durability. Stability. Lasting power. It's important to cycle at a consistent pace for endurance. Regular exercise can increase your strength and endurance. Running a marathon is seen as the ultimate test of endurance. He showed remarkable endurance throughout his illness. Vanity. The excessive pride in one's abilities. Egotism. Pompousness. Arrogance. Her vanity was the reason she spent all her time on social media. His vanity prevented him from seeing the importance of humility. The athlete's vanity led him to take performance-enhancing drugs. The politician's vanity led him to make promises he couldn't keep. Intervention. The act of becoming involved in an argument. Mediation. Involvement. Arbitration. Early intervention is key in addressing behavioral health issues. The aggression was neutralized by means of peaceful intervention. The intervention of the lawyer helped the defendant win the case. Simplifying policy can help reduce the need for legal intervention. Adaptation. Adjustment to environmental conditions. Adjustment. Modification. Expansion. Coping with a disability requires adaptation and perseverance. The adaptation of a business to new trends can lead to success. Dark adaptation is important for survival in nocturnal animals. The natural world is full of examples of adaptation and survival. Reasoning. Process of thinking intelligently. Logic. Thought process. Deduction. The scientist used deductive reasoning to make predictions. The conspiracy theory was discredited by logical reasoning. The decision was arbitrary and lacked any logical reasoning. Justice should be based on evidence and impartial reasoning. Bankruptcy. Unable to repay outstanding debts of a business. Insolvency. Financial ruin. Failure. The company filed for bankruptcy due to overwhelming debt. The news of the company's bankruptcy dismays its employees. The company's bankruptcy was a result of a fraud scandal. His sagacious decision saved the company from bankruptcy. Irony. Words that mean the opposite of their literal meaning. Satire. Mockery. Double meaning. The writer's use of irony was clever and thought-provoking. The dramatic irony added a layer of complexity to the story. The word sarcasm is often used to express irony or humor. The use of dramatic irony was a clever way to reveal the truth. Compensation. Money given to someone in recognition of loss. Remuneration. Commission. Payoff. The customer received compensation for the stolen goods. The victim received compensation for the property damage. They claimed their compensation from the insurance company. The court ordered compensation for the breach of contract. Indifference. Lacking interest or enthusiasm in things. Apathy. Dispassion. Aloofness. Showing indifference towards someone's feelings can hurt them. His indifference towards his health led to serious consequences. His indifference towards the suffering of others was alarming. The confounding opposite of love is not hate, but indifference. Discrimination. Unjust treatment of diverse categories of people. Inequity. Injustice. One-sidedness. Denying education to children is a form of discrimination. Children of mixed races often face discrimination in our society. We must resist prejudice and discrimination in all forms. Nowadays, gender discrimination is a hotly contested issue. Evolution. Process of development through gradual changes. Progression. Emergence. Development. The Primeval era was a time of great evolution and change. The geological evidence supports the theory of evolution. The evolution of animals can be seen in the fossil record. Pollen can be used to study the evolution of plant species. Courtesy. Polite behavior that shows respect for others. Politeness. Gentility. Courteousness. Saying sorry when you make a mistake is a sign of courtesy. Holding the door open for someone is a kind act of courtesy. It's common courtesy to sneeze inside your own personal space. A lack of courtesy can lead to misunderstandings and conflict. Inspection. The act of looking at something carefully. Examination. Analysis. Observation. The engineer conducted a safety inspection of the building. The security guard asked me to take my bag off for inspection. The car will undergo a thorough inspection before being sold. The inspection revealed that the equipment needed maintenance. Obsession. Too much thought about someone or something. Compulsion. Fascination. Addiction. She has an obsession with keeping her house spotlessly clean. The accidental discovery of a new book became her obsession. Her obsession with conspiracy theories makes her sound insane. The obsession with material possessions can lead to unhappiness. Legend. Set of popular stories from ancient times. Mythology. Tradition. Folklore. A legend tells the story of a dragon who guarded a treasure. The tunnel was haunted by ghosts, according to local legend. The legend of Robin Hood is a popular tale of a heroic outlaw. A legend can be a fun way to learn about history and culture. Plethora. An abundance or excess of something. Excess. Overabundance. Too many. The science lab had a plethora of equipment for experiments. The restaurant had a plethora of menu options to choose from. The plethora of regulations is both contradictory and confusing. The museum had a plethora of artifacts from different time periods. Optimism. Expecting that the best will happen. Hopefulness. Confidence. Buoyancy. We have optimism about the potential of responsible governance. Imagination can help us find hope and optimism in difficult times. Fairy tales can help us understand the power of hope and optimism. Keep your attitude positive and embrace the power of optimism. Possession. The condition of having or owning something. Belongings. Asset. Commodity. The arrest behind the dormitory was for possession of drugs. The criminal was charged with possession of a deadly weapon. The actor's autograph was a prized possession for the fan. We cannot equate the possession of wealth with goodness. Plagiarism. Act of illegally reproducing copyrighted material. Stealing. Illegal copying. Piracy. Claims of plagiarism are common in the movie business. Always inspect for plagiarism before submitting any work. This new software can detect plagiarism in a student's essay. All students must comply with the anti-plagiarism policy. Resentment. Angry feeling caused by unfair treatment. Bitterness. Hostility. Animosity. A lack of appreciation can cause resentment in relationships. He felt great resentment at having his ambition frustrated. Holding a negative idea about someone can lead to resentment. Forgiveness can be a way to let go of anger and resentment. Speculation. Ideas about something that is not known. Conjecture. Assumption. Supposition. Sometimes speculation can be helpful in solving a mystery. The artist used speculation to create a unique piece of art. The conspiracy theory was fueled by rumors and speculation. It's important to avoid speculation when reporting the news. Discretion. The right or ability to decide something. Choice. Judiciousness. Preference. Please use discretion when sharing personal information online. The coach can substitute players at discretion during the game. A good leader must use discretion when making tough decisions. Using discretion is key when dealing with confidential matters. Allowance. Money allotted for a particular purpose. Allotment. Payment. Grant. My mother donates his allowance to charity every month. If you save your allowance, you can accumulate more money. The company increased the meal allowance for business trips. Good money management means saving some of your allowances. Competence. The ability to do something successfully. Aptitude. Efficacy. Expertise. Developing emotional intelligence can boost social competence. When evaluating job candidates, competence is a crucial factor. Lack of competence can lead to missed opportunities and setbacks. Constantly improving competence is important for career growth. Retention. The act of keeping someone or something. Conserving. Upholding. Protection. The retention of knowledge is important for passing exams. Reading a book can help you improve your memory retention. Not getting enough sleep can impair your memory retention. The retention of memories can be affected by age and health. Distinction. The quality of being special or different. Distinctiveness. Contrast. Separation. We must acknowledge the distinction between fact and opinion. The distinction between the two languages was their grammar. She made a distinction between the two types of music genres. The distinction between the two dishes was their ingredients.